Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you will give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right. Have you had a complete opportunity to discuss your case with Ms. Lyday?
Yes.
It is my understanding you will be pleading guilty to an added count 2, welfare fraud of $500 or less. That's under MCL's 400.601A. That carries a maximum penalty of 90 days and or $500. In exchange for your plea, you must also pay restitution in the amount of $2,500. Also, count 1 will be dismissed. And the sentence agreement with the prosecutor is that you will have a delayed sentence with dismissal of the charge upon completion of the period. What will the period be?
Court's discretion, Your Honor.
Okay.
Court's discretion.
Right. Is that your understanding of the plea agreement?
Yes.
Have I accurately recited the plea agreement, counsel?
You have, Your Honor.
You have, Your Honor.
Ms. Teneyuque, do you understand that you are waiving your right to a trial?
Yes.
Do you also understand if you plead guilty, a conviction would enter and you would be sentenced just as if you had been found guilty at a trial?
Yes.
No, I wanna make sure, I said that very fast, I wanna make sure you understand everything. You understand if you plead guilty, a conviction would enter, and you would be sentenced just as if you had been found guilty at a trial, notwithstanding the sentence agreement. You understand?
Yes.
So I'm just saying that your plea today is, it would be the same as if you had been convicted at a trial. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Have you read and do you understand the form explaining the rights you would have had at trial that you're giving up by pleading guilty?
Yes.
In this form that I'm showing you, the advice of rights form, did you go over that with Ms. Lyday and did you sign it here below?
Yes, she went over it with me.
Okay. And do you understand by pleading guilty, you're waiving each and every one of the rights contained on this form?
Yes.
Other than that which we discussed regarding your plea agreement, did anyone promise you anything in return for your guilty plea?
No.
Did anyone threaten you to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Is it your own free choice to plead guilty because in fact you are guilty?
Yes.
Alright? And do you understand that you cannot come back later and tell me there were threats or promises you did not disclose today?
Yes.
And you're a citizen of the United States, correct?
Yes.
Alright? How then do you plead to an added count 2 welfare fraud of $500 or less? How do you plead?
Yes.
And you're asking that I accept your guilty plea and this entire plea agreement?
Yes.
Are you presently on probation or parole for any other offenses?
No.
I'm now taking off for approval.
Yes, Your Honor. Talia, back on January 1st, between January 1st of 2022 to September 9th of 2023, were you living at and that is in the city of Saginaw, County of Saginaw, State of Michigan?
Correct.
And at that time, were you receiving food stamps?
Yes.
And did you knowingly use food stamps less than $500 other than is authorized by the Supplemental Food Program?
Yes.
Your Honor, I believe we've set the factual basis.
Have the elements been covered by the offer of proof?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is either counsel aware of any promises, threats, or inducements that are not on the record?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Alright, has the court complied with Court Rule 6.302 in taking this plea?
People are satisfied.
Defense is satisfied, Your Honor.
Based on the evidence presented, I find that your plea is accurate, understanding, and voluntary, Ms. Teneyuque. I'm also satisfied there's a factual basis to support a finding that you are guilty of this charge. Therefore, I accept your guilty plea, and with your waiver of any right to a case report, I can move right to sentencing, if that's your desire.
Yes.
Okay, does anyone have any objection to moving straight to sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Alright, any allocution?
Your Honor, Ms. Teneyuque is the mother of 5 young children. She obviously understands the severity of this case. She's grateful for this plea offer. We ask that you follow the sentencing recommendation, Your Honor. Thank you.
I have nothing to add, Your Honor.
Okay. Alright, the court obviously has knowledge of this matter, having had a motion in front of me. I believe, having spoken to counsel in my chambers, that this is a very good and just resolution. In fact, the court, usually would, go with a 1-year delayed sentence. I believe Ms. Teneyuque, is not an evil person by any means. I had a ruling on a statute. Want to make sure not to give leaning any way toward anything about her guilt or innocence or anything like that. I ruled on the statute, and as Ms. Lyday presented the question about whether it was constitutional, that was my, however people interpreted it doesn't really matter to me, but I do want to make that clarification. I do believe Ms. Teneyuque understands what the law says, regardless of whether she agrees with it or not. And again, the court has ruled that that statute is constitutional. So I believe this is a very fair and just agreement and resolution. So therefore, on added count 2, welfare fraud of $500 or less, court hereby sentences the defendant to serve a delayed sentence of 6 months. After that time, if there are no violations, then the added count 2 will be dismissed and there will no longer be any record. And the restitution amount of $2,500 is ordered as agreed to in the plea. And there is 2 mandated fees that I must impose that I have no discretion to do otherwise, and that is a state cost of $50 and a crime victims assessment fee of $75. Those are due anytime before the end of your delay. Okay?
Thank you.
All right, any questions? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.